Welcome back to this channel. This is Unfiltered Forex with me, Clement, and today I will talk about how to journal. Well, the basics of journaling, really. So, let's just get into it. Uses of a journal. I believe you already know what a journal is by definition. So, let's just skip to the uses. A journal is a record of your progress. Like, if you're going on a trip, you can have a journal and record the stuff you see, the places you stop. Just it's a record of your progress in whatever thing you're doing. Second one, identify your strengths and weaknesses. In trading, a journal, since it's a record of your progress, you will be able to tell where you're losing, where you're winning, where you're weak at, and where you're good at. Cultivate your discipline. Of course, it requires discipline to journal. It requires discipline to keep record of your progress. And this discipline, of course, it's contagious. It will spread to other aspects of your life, and in this case, it's going to spread into your trading. You will find yourself becoming a better trader just by deciding to record your progress. Learning from experience. This is how you learn from experience when you have a journal, not just when you are not just when you are how do I put this? Not just when you are roaming freely. No. In as much as you will also learn from experience when you are doing no record keeping, but you will learn more from your experiences when you are keeping the records. Right. Develop a plan and to nullify emotions. So journaling is once you combine all of this, it's what's going to help you develop a plan for what you're going to do next based on your experiences of the past. And since it's since you are doing this, since you are developing this plan based on your recent experiences, since you're developing this plan based on um after you have identified your strengths and weaknesses, at this point it's automatically going to nullify the effect of emotions since you have a plan you're following. For example, if you know you're going somewhere and you will take a left turn, then a right turn. If you know that, if you have a plan of what you're going to do, it's very hard to be under the influence of emotions. It's very hard. It's not impossible, but it's just very hard to be out yourself. It's very hard to what do you call this? It's very hard to be indecisive when you have a plan that you have already developed as a result of journaling. So that's it. A journal is very useful, and this is just how useful it can be. Let's move on. A beginner's journal versus an experienced person's journal. Okay, so in trading, you are going to, okay, once you start journaling and do this for like 5 years, you will look back and see a big difference from how you started journaling and where you are 5 years. Like your journaling system is might be very different. Personally, that is the case. How I was journaling as a beginner in trading is different from how I'm doing it now. So as a beginner, you will have to write down your emotions. As a beginner, your journal is going to include a lot of wording. Like you will have to write down on a notebook how you're feeling. You'll have to write down, describe all your moves if you're getting into a trade, why you're getting in, what you're seeing in the market, what you think is going to happen, your expectations of the trade. It's very descriptive in the beginning. You really have to do it. It's not a stage you can skip and go to the experienced part. No, it's not a stage you can skip. You have to start by writing down your emotions, dealing with them, and describing what you're doing in these markets. It's an experimental stage. Yeah, because you're a beginner, you don't exactly know what you're doing, so you are more of experimenting than following a plan. So yeah, it has to be very descriptive so you can get a good look of your strengths and your weaknesses, get a good look of where you're doing good, get a good look of just where you're doing good, and yeah, it's going to really help you a lot when you are very descriptive in the beginning. As an experienced trader now, your journal is mainly going to consist of KPIs. KPIs are key performance indicators, and these are usually personal KPIs, performance indicators, because after you did this as a beginner, eventually in this somewhere in between, you will develop a trading plan and a solid one. You will have a trading system that you have come up with through your experiences, and you have seen this works for me, and this is what I want to go with, somewhere in between. So now when you are here, when you have that experience now, your journal is mainly going to consist of the KPIs, since you are no longer under the influence of emotions as much as you were when you were starting out, because now you're following a trading plan that you have developed for yourself and you have seen it works, because of course you learned in your learning stage. So these KPIs are what mainly constitutes of an experienced trader's journal. Let's move on. You'll understand better about these things. Components of a journal. So it it's connected to the previous slide. On top of the primary components are your KPIs. These are the primary components usually. Instrument date. Instrument is the pair or the asset you're trading, whether it's gold. Indices, the US 30 or the Nasdaq, or the euro USD, euro dollar, um, pound versus the dollar, whatever it is, that's the instrument. And then the dates, of course, the entry time, the exit time, the trade outcome, the order type, buy or sell, trade outcome, whether it's a profit or a loss. And these are the primary components, because these are the things that automatically the MetaTrader will record them for you. The MetaTrader automatically, when you open and close a trade, all these data is going to be there. You're just going to see it, and it's easily accessible. Now let's move on to the KPIs. Personal KPIs may include the entry model used, your risk to reward ratio, the session you're trading, the trade duration, like how long you are holding the trade, the news event you are trading, if you trade the news like me, and whether your stop loss triggered was a premature, or whether your entry was premature, or whether your stop loss was premature. So these are key performance indicators. Personally, in my journal, the key the performance indicators I mainly include are the news events traded and whether the stop loss was premature. These are the two main KPIs I like including in my journal, because a very how do we put this? Very many times when reading the news, not very many times, but often. No, it's not often. It's how it's rare, but it's very costly. Rarely it does happen that my stop loss was premature, and as rare as it is, I have a high risk reward ratio. I keep it constant at 8 usually. If it goes to 10, it's okay. If it goes to 20, it's okay. If it goes to 6, it's okay, but that's the lowest. 6 usually is the lowest, but I like it when it's at 8. So I don't prefer to include it as a KPI since it's usually constant. So when I'm trading a news event, sometimes I find my stop loss was a bit premature, not too tight. No, entry and stop loss. Yeah, I find out my stop loss was okay. It's just that my entry was a bad entry. So that's where you can bring the session when the entry time of the trade. That's the session you're trading. And these are KPIs. I came to how do you call them? I came to discover them as I was developing my trading plan. As I was developing my trading strategy, I came to understand that it's important to know which session you're trading. It's important to know for how long you are holding the trade, because my trades don't usually they're not exactly technical based, like It's like when you're buying something, when you're buying gold, because it's a gold rush, right? When you're buying gold because there's a gold rush, you're not going to sell. You're not going to exactly wait for. Let's say you're buying at $500, you're not exactly going to wait for price to hit $700 so you can sell your gold at a profit. Not really. You're going to wait and see that the hype is kind of dying down so you can decide to sell your gold at whatever price it's going to be. So that's it. The trade duration is usually very important when I am doing my journaling. This is a KPI I have. Anyway, I think I have confused you enough on that one. Screenshot the setup and save it. This one is a must. Alright, in as much as whatever trading system you are using, I believe if you're a retail trader, your trading system is mostly technical. So yes, you have to journal the screenshots, or rather the images of your setups. However you journal them, I can't help you with that right now, but there's a video I will from there's a guy FX MGK, I think, or Chida MGK. I'll leave the link to his journaling video in the description. Then you can go there and check how you can use Notion for journaling. Notion is a software for traders, and okay, it's not software for traders, it's just a software for journaling, and many traders use it. So I'll leave it at that. Maybe in my next video, I will help you how to actually now start journaling. It's going to take some time to prepare the video, but I will do it eventually. Have a good day. Have a good trading week. Have a good month.